Hi everyone, and welcome back to Yosemite Valley. Welcome to the next episode of our wonderful wetlands season, and today we are going to build a platypus pond, and also a lot of other things are here for the future. So let's get started. Right, today we are going to build the platypus pond. That means we are going to change an area of the park that is very old. So this bit here has been existing for over 1.5 years now. It's been the little recreation area right behind the South America domes, or actually the tropical domes, or which might now be the wetlands domes, whatever you want to call them. They are definitely tropical domes. I guess that's the best decision to call them that way now. And this was always like a little empty spot that we never really knew what exactly to do with. And with the wetland seasons now, or with the wetland season, I should call it, definitely there is a reason for that. Now, first things first, we are actually getting towards the end already of the wetland season. There is just one more big thing to be done, which we're going to talk about in the end of the video. Frankly, there has not been that much more to do with this pack and with the animals of the pack, but we will do one more big thing, and then I'm going to put this wonderful park into a little idle mode again until we'll get birds, if we will ever get birds. But just to ground what is going to happen next, and just to make you aware of what I'm planning with this channel and also this series in general, I'm going to finish up the wetland season, and then I will definitely keep this thing in the idle mode, simply because of two reasons. First of all, the performance is really not that nice anymore, so you'll see that later on in the real-time part. So I'm opting for a new computer soon. You know, I got a new computer, but I have to get a new one soon because reasons, but more about that in the future. It's a very positive reason though, but yeah, it's really good. And second of all, is because there is really not that much more to challenge, you know. I think this park is really brilliant. There are a lot of couple little things. I'm planning to do a live stream in here every now and then just to fix some things, you know, a very chilled, relaxed, laid back live stream in which we're just going to, you know, fix certain things that I was always too lazy to do, and, you know, trying to get the staff management somehow right. I do want to actually get rid of every single animal and every single staff member in the park and just fill it in once more, because I think that's the only chance to really make it good. But this is talk of the future. Let's talk about the current project, and that is the platypus pond. I had a couple of inspirations I went with, but honestly I went with mostly the natural habitat of this animal. So I wanted to squeeze this little habitat in here into a little corner of this park that is still not really occupied by any other animal than the jaguar. There is the Jaguar Creek right across the road, and then we do have the domes, obviously. But since we are now opting for a new connection, I thought it was a good idea to do it that way. And I'm also very happy in particular with how it turned out to be looking in the end. Now you can see I'm doing like a little hut here, which is a tiny bit too big in comparison to the platypus, but I wanted to keep it in a way that they can traverse it. You always know the traversable area is the biggest issue we have, mostly with the animals, and there's a good reason to why we have this, but sometimes I just wish that, you know, we would be a bit more progressive with, you know, clipping and stuff. At this point, I think I'd rather see some clipping than the traversable area being that restrictive, but that's again a talk for some other video. Now, you can see I'm trying to use these birch pieces here, the little branches, and also, you know, seeing those, you can tell that obviously it has been a major concern for me to make it the size that you can use these things, and this is also why the building has been that big. But you can see I'm putting them also above these little shelters and the little caves. Hopefully they will go in. It looked like as if it would work, so I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. But other than that, they are just little huts to, you know, frame the area as if there were like some kind of little houses for the platypus that live in this wonderful big pond. And I really am happy that we could grant this pond a new we could fill in a new kind of a reason to exist for this area, because I really found that it might make a little bit more sense to have something to look at over here. I mean, Yosemite Valley Zoo is a huge zoo. At this point, I'm a little bit concerned that we may have even too many animals cramped in at some areas, so maybe I'm going to look into making some more areas more natural without an animal. But this is, again, something I'm not really sure about. This has to be happening very organically. But yeah, speaking of organically, I try to really make this the same way with the plants, trying to keep that as organic and as natural as possible. I know that many zoos would opt for a non-natural habitat, simply because cleaning these natural kind of pools and ponds is just a nightmare. But, you know, maybe, and this could be part of the story, maybe Yosemite is also very restrictive because this is the nature that existed already there. So the zoo is using the nature as it existed beforehand, and hence, obviously, it might be more expensive and more hard to clean, but this is just what they have to fulfill to run the zoo. And hence, I'm very, optimistic that this, in a way of realism, would also work out pretty well. But yeah, so this is what we kind of framed it first of all, and now we are just putting a lot of emphasis on making it look natural in the end. I'm quite happy with how this area has changed now. I think it didn't really change from its overall appearance, but it just looks a lot more natural, as if it has a reason to exist. And now, as we do have a lot more animals in the back here, and not only the jaguar, we do also have now the platypus here, and I'm also thinking about maybe putting in a little small exhibit area in here as well, just as kind of a little amphibian thing, because that would really fit well in this area too. And there are a couple of little things we have to do. Nothing really major, but there are a couple of little things we have to do, which we're going to talk about in the real-time part. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention, the time-lapse is actually not that speedy today. I really hope you guys like it more. I got the feedback that a lot of people had it a tiny bit too quick. My recent videos have been sped up by 12 to 13 times to keep the videos somewhat short. This time around, I kept it only to 7 times, but I have a lot more cuts in here that hopefully you didn't notice. All this kind of nitty-bitty work, where things didn't work out, where I searched for items way too long and blah, blah, blah. I cut this all out, opting for hopefully a better experience, and you gotta have to tell me in the comments down below. Also, for those of you who listened to this video to this point, or you skipped, I see you, skip, I see you. Thank you so much for this support, because lately I've been struggling again with this channel, not because of views or anything in particular. It's just that I reached out to YouTube again, and it turns out that there's again a problem with my channel, and YouTube told me already 2 years ago that it has something to do with being German and running an international channel. I never heard that before. I'm also not quite sure if I should believe that or not, but 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I don't know when exactly it was, there was a problem with some meta tags on my channel that I can't change, only YouTube themselves can change. I don't really know what this is, and honestly I don't want even to know. I just want to have it run. But the reason is, and you can test this if you want, I really would love if you guys could test this. If you type in Planet Zoo and you make sure to have no other filter, just type in Planet Zoo, you won't find any of my videos, not a single video. You will find videos of tiny creators that make brilliant stuff, don't get me wrong, but they have only recently started. You will find a lot of Planet Zoo videos, but no matter how long you'll scroll, my videos are not existing anymore in the category of Planet Zoo. If you go for the main page of YouTube and you go to the category of Planet Zoo, because you can also browse by categories, you only find videos from other people, but you don't find my videos. I have no idea why this happened. Usually my videos have been appeared in the top 50 or whatever. They've never been really on top because of others like the lady and also Paulsley's old videos, and other videos always rank better than mine, but that's fine. My videos have been there somewhere in the top 10, 20-ish, 50-ish, I don't know, but they're gone. They're like legit gone. My channel is gone from the search page, and this refers into this big drown of people coming in and seeing my videos, and especially you guys also commented that you don't see my videos lately, so I hope YouTube is going to fix it. The only thing you can do is keep commenting, keep referring my videos, and also keep coming back to my channel even if you don't get a push, because normally I'm uploading at the moment on the weekends. I'm trying to keep that this way, sometimes Wednesday, but that's kind of a rule you can stick to. So thanks thanks to all of you who have been watching lately. And don't get me wrong, it's just not complaining about anything. It's just like very, how to say that? If you are not in control, it's really always a pain because you have to take care of that and blah, blah, blah. It would be so much easier if you just say, you know what, your videos suck and you don't get views because of that. That's fine. Then it's you who suck, you know. So that's the reason. But just so you have an idea to why this is happening. Anyways, let's talk about this beautiful habitat. I love this little fence design over here I invented. I'm quite a huge fan of that. So yeah, we are nearly done with the time lapse, and I'm going to show you this area in particular in the real-time part. I can't wait to show it to you, and we will also look into certain things that will happen in the future. But I'm happy about the fence design, I'm happy about this overall area now, and I'm really happy about the pond itself because it just kind of really gives this area a better meaning. Hopefully you enjoyed this so far, and now let's hand over to the real-time Rudy. He's going to show you around. Okay, you might be wondering why we are standing inside of the dome and just in the orangutan habitat. There's one, by the way. I just wanted to quickly show you one thing while I'm just running down this area. You can see there is a brand new little door over here, and this is the backstage area of the platypus. So the whole thing is connected to the dome now, just a tiny detail of realism. But now let's storm all the way out here, and you can actually see that the frames are... they're starting to be really in a way that a tour... Yeah, I think it's still enjoyable, but it's not enjoyable anymore in a way, you know, that, I don't know, it is a cool tour and we could do so much more, at least not on that system. So yeah, we are now in this area in the back, which has, you know, previously only been a little recreation area with our restaurant here to the left-hand side. I'm still a big fan of that restaurant, by the way, and the ponds on the right-hand side of the pond. And these little terraces, or the terrace, were not... you know, they were not used at all, but now you can see people storm at those because they want to see the platypus. And I'm just going to do exactly the same because that is just going to show you how it is. And you can see the people are using this to view these animals, and I'm a quite big fan of that because this is exactly what I imagined we could do with it. So yeah, here, and then you have a wonderful look into the platypus little ponds. You can see them diving around if we see one. I don't know if they're diving around right now. They can dive, don't get me wrong. I made everything possible so that they are diving around. Maybe we see them to this side. So that's kind of cool. I imagine this would be really cool for kids, you know, standing over here. Look, oh yeah, there's one. Look at that. This is so cool, seeing them swimming down the pond. So this is the idea. They are fairly quick as well. I saw some videos from real life footage of platypus. They are really, really fast. So that's pretty cool. And if you stand over here, you even have a good glimpse inside of their main part of the habitat where they have their little huts and stuff. You've got another hut over here. Everything is kind of hidden so that they have a lot of privacy as well. So yeah, I'm a big fan. You can see this is where the pathway leads further. You can even see a glimpse of that raised area we made in the last episode. So all in all, I'm really happy with how this area changed now. Let me just also storm back down. There are a couple of little things we have to do and just finish off what we started with the fences and stuff. It's not like fully done yet, but whatever. Also, one thing I wanted to quickly mention is that the reason that it is so crowded over here is always if you put in a new animal. I don't know when they changed this, but it just kind of popped to my mind when I started with the capybara. It seems really like the game is now like, hey, there's a new animal, let's storm over there and have a look at the new animal, which is kind of realistic, don't get me wrong. How on earth are you supposed to see the jaguar over here? You are not. Also, I put this wall down now with a lot more focus on realism because we have the Jaguar Creek behind, as you can see. This is the Jaguar Creek. Again, I'm still a huge fan of that one. But obviously, people should not be able to just go here to the side and then jump into it. That was one of the major criticisms you guys had in a long time. So now this is finally done. And people should be more safe. And over here, you get a wonderful view into the platypus pond. Look, there's one just swimming over there. Really cool. You've got these raised platforms. There should also be like a little hut hidden in here as well. There's the other hut. Look at that. Just nicely hidden in here. So making sure that this animal has a lot of, space to delve in. And then over here, this is, by the way, is a wrong sign. It's just a placeholder. I'm gonna make another one. And there you go. You even get another little glimpse to the underwater area. This time I made it for myself a bit more easy, but also I like the fact how it works. We still have the raised path, so we didn't need to change the elevation of the path area, but I just kind of opened up to the lower part so you have a glimpse underwater and see them diving if they're here in the front. Also the idea was, look at that, there's one idling in the water lilies. I love that. Just like this little glimpse of the platypus in here. And yeah, if they come to the front, you can see them diving here. It actually works because of a lot of enrichment items are in this area, so they will eventually come back and enjoy. Also for the food, they will come over. The problem is we also have like a underwater feeder in there, so they don't really have a main reason to come back at this point. But, you know, they will eventually. And then over here, I just kind of made sure that we have another little backstage area. We've hidden, look at this, there's like the venting system here with that big thingy. Just making sure it's hidden somewhat. Use some 4 rocks over here to form like a backstage block. And I think everything just works out very well now. And then you can cross the bridge. You have a wonderful view into the creek of the Panther. This is exactly the view I wanted to have. Oh my god, look, it just still looks so fantastic. I'm really a big fan of that, not gonna lie. And on the other side, we have a brand new view inside. Look at that, there is one. There's the other one. Oh, look at that. The little black panther is also in the water. And then you can see with the new rock facade in the back, I think it looks a lot more realistic how you would have that. Very secure for the jaguars. It doesn't look as staged anymore as it was before. So really, really big fan. And now, as promised, I'm just jumping out of the explore mode. And also I'm going to keep the game paused for a little bit of a better experience, especially if we are... hello? Why can I not pause the game? Just P didn't work for whatever reason. Okay, so this is the new area from above. I think that the view from above didn't really change much, so I'm not really making like a comparison image, because that was initially the idea, that it shouldn't change too much from the overall look of this area. But if you now have a look at... Oh my god, what are you doing here, mate? See you later. You are not meant to be here. Oh wait, did it also? No, this is still there. So yeah, this is the brand new area. The wetlands update has changed quite a lot, but I think now we are, first of all, we have a lot more water involved. We've got this water area, we've got the domes, we've got the creek, we've got the pond, and we've got the big river over here. So it's a very wetland-ish wetland. So that's kind of neat. Next step is going to be this bridge section. We're going to have a bridge connecting this area from that area. And again, I'm thinking about putting some amphibian kind of little things over here, like a small exhibit that is to this side, because we have the backstage area here. And I think it would fit very well indeed to this side. So we connect the backstage area to the back, and the kind of exhibit area will be in the front, connected actually to the dome. So it makes a lot more sense. So the dome has a lot more connections, like that one, that one, that one, and now the newest one over here. We've got another one here and the backstage there. So I think that would make a lot of sense. And then the last thing we do with the wetlands is going to be the change of this entire area. This is where the cranes and also flamingos will make its way into this park. And that is, my friends, what we will do. This is Yosemite Valley as it stands right now. I really hope you enjoyed this so far. I am a huge fan of the wetlands area now. I'm a huge fan of the change of Yosemite. I think it looks a lot more realistic now with all the trees and a lot more dense and a lot more, yeah, just like the dome area now doesn't feel disconnected anymore. I think it feels like a vital part of this park. It feels like in the center area, it feels like we have a lot more connections. Please let me know your opinion of the changes. Is there anything else you would change now? Please drop it down in the comments below. I wish all of you a happy time. And also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet and you want to subscribe to help me out, please do so. It's the easiest and obviously free way to support the channel. And if you want to get your hands on this park, I'm going to upload the current status of Yosemite for members only, and as soon as the wetlands is done, I'm going to put that in the workshop for everyone. But if you want to get your hands on it, I'm going to upload this tomorrow to the YouTube page for members. So if you want to become a member for 99 cents, you can enjoy that one. Thanks to the community for suggesting that. It's actually not my idea, it was your idea to give me some ideas for members, and that is one, giving a little bit of early access to ongoing projects. And here you go, you can get your hands on, but beware, it might melt your computer. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, have a good time and goodbye.